welcome. I know it's way late at night. As I told you in my last video, I tend to be a night owl, but I need to get a lot of these projects in before Christmas, so you will be seeing lots. There may be some days where you will get more than one. Today we have a cute transfer, and it is called Joy to the World. Let me show you the silk screen transfer, and then I'll be back. So this is our Joy to the World, and as you can see, it comes in sections, and you cut those sections apart. And it is very versatile. It works on a lot of things. Okay, I'm back to show you what I have on my table. It's got a lot of fun things just sitting here on the table tonight. So let me get the switcher view so that you can see what we're going to create. So you can see a view of my table. I'll move that up. That's the glass block, and then I'll get the switcher view going. Oh, sorry. Let me get this back to where it's not doing the right one. Yeah, I don't know what it's doing tonight. Give me just a second. There. I think once I get, sorry about that, I think once I get used to the program, it's been a couple of days, so I forgot exactly which way I'm supposed to run it. So I apologize about that. Anyway, so we have this cute glass block. Let me see who's on. If anybody's on, let me also see if it's on my feed. And if anybody's on and wants to make comments, that's fine too. I just need to check and make certain that it's on my feed. So far I'm not seeing it. There, I do now. So it must be there. Let me share it to my other page. And let me do one more page real quick. Okay, I think I've got them to my pages. If anybody wants to join my pages, you're welcome to join them. I have a VIP group that you'll be able to get discounts, and I'm doing some cyber discounts this week. So it's a great time to join. I'm not offering those deals on my other pages. So that's a great way to find out about the specials that are running on each time. And please like and share this to anybody you know, and let's spread the word and get this out there. So today's project is made with these glass blocks, and you can get them at the craft stores. And this is a smaller one, and this smaller one was $9.99, and this bigger one that I'm using that's underneath I think was $11.99, but they were 50 off right now at Christmas time. Even after that, some of the craft stores always rotate and have certain specials each week, so you'll be able to still get a good price on them all the time. So this is a project you could do for any season, any holiday, and it's going to be way fun. So this is the Joy Transfer, and normally you would take these two images for the joy, or the O in the center, and that makes the wreath. But I thought, how fun would it be to have a wreath that stood out between it and gave some dimension. So I will be popping that on with glue dots. They'll come off, so if you ever want to wash this off and start over again for a different season, you want something different, you can take everything off of it and use it again. And you could take everything off, store it away, and if you still have the transfer, redo it again next year. So I've already stuck my images on, but for those that don't know, you just peel that off of your backing here. In fact, I could show you that real quick. You just lightly grab it from the corner, but you want to pull from the middle, and you take it off. And then if you haven't been part of this group before or seen my videos, one thing you need to do is you always need to fuzz your transfers. That's very important. And you need to do that about 3 times. That makes it so it won't stick quite so much. And I'm noticing this is my first time ever using glass. And I'll stick this back on here. But my first time ever using glass, and it's really quite sticking. And I've noticed it, you just kind of have to, I'll have to just smooth that out now, because you're trying not to get bubbles in it when you lay it down, because you don't want bleeding underneath the transfer. So I put that back on. On the back of my silkscreen transfers, I always write what they are. That way you know which side to put it back on when you're done cleaning. So I don't know if that was in the camera view or if I had it out. So let's get started. Let me grab my colors. So I have the Candy Apple Red. You can see that. I thought that would be a fun one. And then this goes so well with the wreath that I thought this would be a fun one. And this one is Kiwi. And then I just have my white. So my thoughts were, and you can voice an opinion if you want, but my thoughts were I would do the Joy in red, I would do To The in white, and World in green. If you have an opinion, let me know before I get started here. I'll start working on stirring my red. And I'm watching the comments too. If anybody else is up besides my husband. So, and I've told you guys before that you, especially if this is thick, you need to mix it. But I like it to be cake batter consistency. A lot of people like it to be like yogurt. I think I will thin this just a teeny bit. And I am going to use my Distress sprayer. I just like how that sprays, but you can use any spray bottle you want. So, and this does thicken up after like 20-30 minutes even. I've used it and had to respray it, especially if you leave it open. So, and this is a makeup spatula that I was stirring it with. And you can get those at any place, beauty supply or online. A lot of places carry them. So I'll set that on there. And so let's move on. I'm not getting any comments, so I guess I will just move on with my doing the red on the words. Now this will be my first time chalking on glass. See how smooth that red pulls and goes on there? I love this red one because it seems to be a perfect consistency every time I use it. And then you can take off any excess you have there. Just make certain you have everything covered. So I've got that. I'm going to just get a baby wipe and clean this off. Seems like when I'm doing this, there's so much all over the table, and even though I have this big long table, and then if you can see that, you get red and green on your hands. I opened the green earlier and I was covered. So I was glad I did that before we started. Okay, so I'm going to turn this on my side because I don't want my transfer to stretch. So I've got to be as careful as I can, pulling it from the middle. Like I say, it's a little harder getting it off this glass. This is new to me on the glass. It is coming though, and it looks like it did a nice job. And you want to try to make certain the transfer doesn't stick to itself, because then when you go to wash it, it's harder to clean it because you got to wash it and pull it apart under the water. So this one's really sticky still. Maybe I needed to put some more stuff on, or fuzz it more than I did. A new thing I'm going to try that somebody posted about were these plastic mats that you put food on. And I'm going to set my transfer on that. Normally you would go straight to the sink and you would wash right in the sink. But they posted that they set their transfers on this and then washed right on this. They scrubbed it right on this and then put it back on their piece of paper. The other thing, when you do wash your things and wash them in the sink, you're going to want to clean it with our scrubber. This is nice. They're just like the little chalk erase, or the little erasers that you can clean your walls and stuff with. But these work a lot better. And it's a 2-pack that you can get. I've used one out of it. So that's good to know. And then another thing is when you're done cleaning your transfer, and you have to turn it over and lay the side that's not sticky on a towel, and you let that dry. And when that's dry, then you take a disinfectant wipe and you wipe it down, and that makes it tacky again. So that's something that you need to know. Okay, I see one little spot here that looks like it bled just slightly. So I'm going to take this little plastic, or this little Q-tip that has a point. You can get those at the beauty supply. Yeah, and it's just taking it right off. I must have had a slight little bubble. So now you can't even tell that it's there. And I'm not going to throw this away because it's still in good shape. Okay, should I do the rest in green, or should I do To the World in white? Or To the in white and World in green? Tell me what you think. I'll wait till I hear your comment. I'm watching for that, but in the meantime, I can show everybody these cute ornaments that I got to go on top, along with some greenery. So sometimes this is delayed, so it might take a minute to get the comment. So here's the white again. So should we do To the in white and World in green? Or should we do it all in green? That's what I was trying to decide earlier. We can go with majority vote, which is my husband, but I'm not seeing his answer yet. Let me show you while I'm waiting to see if he'll answer me back. I'll show you what we're going to fill this with. This block has a plastic opening, and you can put things inside the block. So I'm going to fill it with some of this. This opening is smaller than this big glass block. It has a circle opening, and so these ornaments you could put right down in there because they would fit in it, as you can see. And that's originally what I bought these ornaments for. So I may be going back and getting more of this size. I'm not seeing his comment. So I guess we could do all green. Easiest would be to do it all green. So we'll try it that way. If we don't like it, we can always wash it off. So my green here is brand new. Never been stirred. I took the lid off. Yeah, I just have this kiwi green that I'm using so it will match. Oh, but maybe he's telling me to use, hold on, I do have another green that matches the greenery. So we could do 2 greens. Not a Grinch green, he says. So you're wanting that green? This green is called Garden Herb. And there's your wreath. And white on the world, so no Grinch green, I guess. After I'm mixing it up, I was excited to use the Grinch green. I guess another project. So we'll try this, because that will be cute too. So let me put my spatula over here so that it doesn't get on anything. I'll get my, no, there's no forest green. This is going to be what matches. So, and I guess this is a, let me move this block up a bit so you guys can watch what I'm doing. This is a brand new one too, and the lid was, it usually doesn't stick in there like that, so I don't know. Be nice if they all the foil came off like that, because then you didn't have to stick your hands in it. So let me see if I can peel the foil out of it though, because that would be good to get this foil out of here. So this has got a lot of liquid in it. We'll see how it mixes up. It looks to me like it's mixing up like yogurt. So I'm going to add water. Well, it's a little thinner. I'm still going to add just a teeny bit of water. So we'll try that. We're going to do to the with this green. I'm using a half of one of the squeegees. One that's been cut in half. So there's the green. That went on good. You want to put your lid back on as soon as possible. And now I'll get my white. We want to work as fast as we can here so that we can get that off. My white looks thicker. I can tell just by looking at it that I want to add some water. So we'll grab another spatula. Yeah, see how way thick that has gotten just in a couple of days. But it always thins out. Another thing that is good to do is use distilled water. That'll keep your paste nicer. The other thing you can do if you have a lot of images that or words that you're doing, or your image has a lot of different colors, you actually could get your paste ready ahead of time. So have all 3 colors ready, because if they dry too fast, then you sometimes can have problems. So you have to re-wet it somehow, and I haven't done anything big yet. I haven't done too many projects, so this is a newer thing, and we will find out how all this works out when you try and do bigger projects and you're taking a while. Okay, and if you have a lot of excess, you want to clean the excess off so that you can reuse it. You don't want to waste it. And I think that's pretty good. So I'm putting my lid back on. I'll get the chalks out of the way. I'm going to turn this on its side. And I remember I'm pulling from the center. Oh, and already the green's dried. That's why you have to work fast. So hold on, let's see what I can do here. Let me lift up the white, and then I'll go back over the green, because otherwise my white will dry on me. So that means I gotta lay this transfer back down, and I want to get it in the same spot. Sometimes people put a towel on it. I'm just going to lightly pounce bounce it with my towel and then grab my green and go back over it. Okay, I got my green here. Get my lid back on. Now we're going to try and okay, I don't like how that turned out at all. So I'm going to clean my transfer. I'm just going to clean it right here. I'm going to clean that off the glass and lay it back down. But we're going to dry our, I don't know if you can see that, I'm cleaning it with the baby wipe. That's a quick way of just getting it cleaned without running in to do the water. So my husband's talking about silver glitter on the world, but that would mean I'd have to start completely over with that. And I'd have to get up and find my glitter. So, and I'm not even certain if I have silver glitter. I need to buy the multi-pack. Okay, so that we could do white glitter. I would have to get up and get it, and I could clean that white all the way off again. We could start over with that part. But that's making the video take longer. Let's see what I think when it's standing up. Also, we're putting lights in this box. So let me get a clean wipe, because I'm just wiping that all over it. We might as well just take the white off. You'll be able to see how easy it is to get it off. And I'm just going to have to work fast. And if I do glitter, which I'd have to go over here and grab my glitter real quick. It's right over here. Let me see if I can find white real quick. We might try the white glitter. Yeah, your best glitter to use is a really fine glitter. This one's not too bad, I don't think. So let me see if I can put this back on the thing. Let me make certain it's cleaned off good enough. And then we'll put this back on here. You want to smooth it, make certain you have no bubbles. So this time I'm going to have them both out, and we got to work fast. And if I'm going to do glitter, I've got to have a piece of paper I can, or my little glitter tray, and I'm not certain at the moment where that's at. So we'll just we'll fold a piece of paper in half. That'll work. But I do have a little tray you can dump glitter into. Okay, so we'll have to do this fast so that it doesn't dry on us this time. And I'm going to open the white. Let me get my white out here also. And when we do the glitter, we want to make certain we don't get glitter into our paste. Now the other thing is you can leave this a little thicker. While you're doing that, I'll just set that on there. So let's see if we can get the white going fast. And you got to do it thicker if you're doing the glitter. The the words up above are kind of close, so that part's a little tricky. Yeah, in fact, I'm kind of blending those colors there. Okay, so then my glitter. Oh, and actually, that was wrong. Glitter's got to go on top of there. And then you take it and make certain it's packed in there a bit. Okay, so we'll see how this turned out. There is a couple of spots I'm going to use my little Q-tip on. And I think it would have been a little better if the glitter was more fine. Because there is a real fine glitter. So let me get my little Q-tip here, and there was just two little spots there. This will be my first time. Well, I did use glitter on my first project, but not very much. Not to this extent, so. Okay, well, I can always clean this up a little bit more later, but it doesn't look too bad now. So, and it actually, we got some glitter up here in the green even. So that's where I could have maybe done the green, pulled it, and blew dry underneath so that was dry, and then did the green. Okay, so here's our wreath. So what I'm going to do is I have some glue dots here, and I'll explain how I made the wreath. So here's some little glue dots. They're just a craft item you can get at the craft store. And I'll stick a couple of those on here. They're way sticky. And I could even do it in more than one spot. You buy them in different ways. Sometimes they're just on paper. This happens to be a dispenser, but they don't always come on a dispenser. It just depends on how you like to buy them. I just look for deals, so this happened to be a good deal when I got this. So now I'm putting a couple on top of each other to make them super sticky, because there is a thicker one than this, but I didn't think I had any right now. Okay, so then you just decide where you're going to want that. And you just push it down and it should hold it in place. Yep. So hopefully you can see that. And then let me explain how I made that. You can get this wired vine that has a leaf on it, and I bought that off of Amazon, but you can get them anywhere. I'm sure the craft stores have them too. You decide how big of a circle you want. This was 18 inches, so I just wrapped it, and I just wrapped it over and kept wrapping it. So I used 18 inches and just twisted it around each other. See, and that looks like it's the same size. And then I took this really cute jute that I found at one of the stores, and it doesn't say on there, and I can't remember where I got it. It was just one of the craft stores. And you take this and you start at the top here, and you just keep wrapping it around until you get it how you would like it to be. And then when you get to the end of it, you're just going to tie your bow. So basically that's all there is to doing the wreath. So we'll move on, since I spent too long on the deciding what colors and what we were doing here. So let's just move on, and we'll open the top of this. And see, I really don't think, see, the balls won't fit down in there. So I'm going to use this glittered balls to go in it. And that's what this is. You can get this kind of stuff at any of the craft stores. I'm just making a hole in here so we can dump them down in there. And we can decide if we want a full bag, half a bag. As soon as I get half of it in there, we'll look at it. So, you guys aren't going to necessarily be able to tell, but that's not quite half, but I think we need a few more. So I'm going to go ahead and dump some more in there. Maybe I need to just open my opening a little more. It wouldn't take quite as long to dump them in. Yeah, I think probably half full. So let me set this aside. I'll lay that down and show you what I'm thinking. But remember, I have lights. I want to try the lights in there. We'll see how that looks. So, and you can buy these lights at the craft store. I just bought some on Amazon was all, and they were a bulk package. It made them about $1 a pop. And so these lights are on, light up, and they're just on this little wire. If you've never seen them, I'll turn them on in a minute. I don't know if you'll be able to see that through the video or not. But we'll see how we're going to put them in there. And see how it looks after we get them in there. Now, my little light thing here, there's a hole in this. Can you see that little hole? I think I'm going to put that part to the back like that. That'll allow for the lights. And then let me turn them on here. Oh yeah, that's way cute. So let me turn it. I don't know if you can see it lit up, but it's way cute. Let me see if I get it closer to the camera. Can you see the light shining in there? It's a little bit hard to show. When I get a picture, maybe you'll be able to see it better. But that's way cute. So now you might think, well, she's done, but we're not done. Now we got to embellish with some cute ribbon around it. So I'll set this back here a minute and I'll show you the ribbons I picked out. It's pretty wide, so I thought this wide one would be good, and I thought it would be fun to layer it with this cute polka dot. So I'm going to layer it with that. And since we're, get this back in your view, sorry. Since I'm planning on layering it, I'll probably just hot glue it. Normally I might tie it, but I'm thinking I'm going to hot glue it. And then I'll hot glue the next piece around, only at the top. So it would be easy to take apart. And it kind of gathers because it's a little bigger than the spot. So, and I have my glue gun I'm using. I like this fine tip glue gun. Okay, so that works, and then we'll add the other piece going around. Okay, and I need to turn it because the glitter is on that side. I had it upside down from taking it off of the spool. So we'll put some glue there. Some more glue. Okay, so we have that. Now we need a bow on it. And I've already cut a little piece of wire here that I'm going to use to help tie my bow with. So let me slide this to the back a bit. And I'm going to take this, and I think I want a little bit of an overhang on my bow. So I'll do that, but I always scrunch in the middle. And then you loop. Scrunch. So that looks to me like that would be good. And you want each side about the same. This block's kind of big, so it's taking up my space to show you stuff. So we'll do that. I'm going to just tie that down. Normally I would probably just grab the other and do it too, but well, and I think we're gonna make some more loops. We're gonna make this stick out just like the other stuff. Because that'll give it some more dimension. So hopefully you can see that what I did there with my loops. Okay, and then I'm going to take some scissors. I'm going to get a different pair here that I like. And you can either do a V, like I'll fold it. You could either do it like that, or you could cut a V on the inside. I think I'm going to cut a V. Oftentimes I like to do the V's. we'll do the same with this side. And I always try to not waste any more than I need to. Sometimes when I teach people, I see them cut off a whole piece like this that could have been used. And so if you can be a little frugal, then it just, you know, it goes a long ways with other projects even. So I'm going to cut another V in this one. And I'll get my ribbons out of the way here, and we'll cut a V in this one. And then you can just play with your bow, fluff it up. Do whatever you think it needs here. I'm wanting that to be underneath. So you just kind of have to pull it and twist it and you can bend your ribbon here and kind of scrunch it up, and then we'll fix that. So I'll glue that down. Right there in the middle. I was trying to see where I stuck the light because I thought it's right here on the side. So that actually is fine because you could keep it hidden and just reach down in there and turn it on. So, and then I thought this, since I'll turn this upside down again. This has stars on it and those balls. So I might do something up there with a couple of stars and a ball or something. I have one star. So let me decide that, and then we're almost done. And how adorable would this be for a Christmas gift? Maybe a glitter one since we used the glitter. Let's see. It's just figuring out where you need them or if you even need them. There's so much going on here. You know, I might add a piece of string to this why don't I end this so I'm not holding everybody up, and let me turn it the other way. I will decide if I'm adding a couple of more things to it. I'll post a picture so that you can see that. But it turned out adorable. So this would be a fun neighbor gift. If you like this project and think you might enjoy making something like this, you're going to want to join my VIP group, because I have a special going on coming up for the rest of the Cyber Week from Thursday to Saturday. I don't know which day I'm offering it, and I only have a few, so it's going to be first come, first serve with the silkscreen transfer. So if you're interested in my group and haven't joined yet, comment below that you would like to join. Say me, and I would like to join. Thanks so much for joining my live, and please like, share, and comment, and I hope you have a good night.